Hi everyone, it's been a while since I published my last video. I don't typically ride during the winter as I don't really love riding when it's freezing outside, plus I don't have a fat tire or the right equipment. This year I decided I was going to get an indoor trainer to start getting back in shape before the season begins. So in this video I thought I would share some of the setup for the trainer I chose and my initial thoughts on that experience. Let's talk briefly about why I selected this trainer. I have to say that the amount of information available online about each trainer and all the comparisons and technical analysis are overwhelming. When I was sure I was going to buy a certain model, I would read another site telling me why I shouldn't buy that model. Looking at just the specs like max incline, max power, and flywheel weight wasn't very helpful either because I had no baseline or understanding of what would fit me as I had never had a trainer before. At first, I thought I was going to buy the Wahoo Kicker, but on Wahoo's site it states that it is not compatible with the Giant TCR Advanced and the need to order special adapters. As the TCR is one of the bikes we needed to fit, at the end we decided to buy the Tacx Neo 2T. It is definitely not the cheapest option and it still had some compatibility issues, but so far I would say it is worth it and I will share more details next. Let's start with the setup. A thing to call out is that this trainer does not come with a cassette pre-installed. At the shop where we purchased them, we separately paid for cassettes and had them installed for free. We actually used the opportunity to use the new cassettes on the actual bikes as it was an upgrade and used the old cassettes on the trainers. The trainer comes in this box and I would say it is a little heavy for me to move on my own, but extremely easy to set up. It comes closed the way you would store it and you simply open the two legs on the sides until you hear clicks. The thing is that you have to hold the trainer while you open them, so you might need a little help if it's too heavy for you. When you want to store it, you simply open these sliders on each side underneath the trainer. When it is fully open, you will see this blue color. When you release them to close the trainer, you will see it move to a red color. After it is open, you can proceed with attaching your bike. It comes with several adapters, and I used the 12 by 142 adapter for the non-drive side and the 12 adapter for the drive side, plus my bike's own true axle to secure everything in place. The bike fit perfectly except for the brake. It was a little too close for my comfort, so I loosened it and secured it to the side. I also put a brake pad spacer and secured it just in case I accidentally hit the brake. Loosening the brake is not ideal if you plan to use your bike on and off the trainer frequently, but for a long period of usage, like during the winter, it works fine for me. This is a Liv Langma Advance with disc brakes, and we had the same issue with the Giant TCR Advance, so did the same thing with the brake. I'm not sure if this is common with other bike brands, but I don't think it is. It is also worth mentioning that this trainer is compatible with mountain bikes as well. We just decided to use our road bikes. Beyond that, no other setup is required. It comes with a front wheel support block and the power cable. A nice perk is that you can actually use the trainer without power if you want. You just won't be able to use the erg mode. See here, when I unplug it, you can see the red powered light turn off, and if I start pedaling, it will turn back on. For the training software, there are many options, and I decided to go with Zwift as the trainer came with a 1 month free trial. Pairing the trainer in the Zwift app was very simple. You only pair the devices the first time, and after that, the app will always recognize your trainer and your other devices like heart rate monitor when available. There are several things I like about this trainer. One is that it has terrain simulation, so if you are riding on gravel or cobblestone, the trainer will cause your drivetrain to vibrate in a way which makes the ride more realistic. Another is that it is very stable, but at the same time allows for side-to-side movement. In addition, the trainer is very quiet. It only makes a little more noise when it is simulating terrain, but even then it is not too loud. I live in a condo and frequently train early in the morning, and so far, no complaints. In terms of indoor riding in general, I was a little concerned with whether I would like it enough to stick to it, and I have to say that after a couple of months, I love it. It is so easy to train at any time of day, and you don't have to get all the gear ready as when you ride outdoors. Plus, you can obviously train regardless of what the weather looks like. I would say the only downside is that you can get saddle pain or soreness more easily as you don't typically get off your seat as frequently as when you ride outdoors. To make the ride a little more comfortable, I did get additional items. I already had a yoga mat, so I used it underneath the trainers to provide some grip and to protect the floor as well. I also had a little table in the balcony that I used to put any snacks and my laptop, although sometimes I ride using my phone on the handlebar. I purchased a small fan, which I highly recommend you do as well. I've been using it even during these cold months. And I also got a smart plug to connect the fan to, and I can turn it on and off as needed during the ride. In terms of upkeep, the only things I've done are to make sure I rotate the front tire every now and then, and as it has tubeless sealant and to prevent any leakage. I have also cleaned the chain and drivetrain a few times. This was mostly because it was a little dirty before I attached the bike, but I would still recommend putting some lube at the same frequency you would when riding outdoors to keep everything running smoothly. I would also recommend that if you buy a trainer, you dismount your bike at least once after the first couple of rides to verify that you don't have any rubbing on any part of your bike. We did not have a problem with that, but I did read several horror stories online. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have had any experience with an indoor trainer and how you leverage throughout the year to complement your training. I will put the link to the trainer specifications below, and I will go more in depth on the Zwift app on a separate video. Thanks for watching.